Hey y'all, we got an absolutely beautiful day in February, so we decided we would go up the beach, up into 4x4 territory, drive up to the Virginia line, and show you some fun sights along the way. But the first step to driving in sand and driving on the four-wheel drive area is to let the air pressure out of your tires. So handy dandy tire gauge, I'm going to drop it down to about 17 psi, anywhere from 17 to 20, and you are good to go. Okay guys, so about a half-mile north of our inn, the road comes to an end, and you can see up here, you'll start to see signage for it. We're actually getting ready to go over a little cattle grate, and that is put into the road in order to keep the horses from crossing over. But this fence runs out and into the ocean, keeps cars from going by on the ocean, but also is designed to keep the horses up into this section of the beach and not coming down into Corolla. As you can see, there's a lot of no stopping signs, and look at that. And you can see that fence to the right. We'll be going up to the fence on the northern end. Just a little ways up the beach, one of the first things you might come across is some of these stumps right up ahead. At night, they pose a pretty good risk for vehicles, so definitely keep your eyes open. But they're actually left over from a forest that used to be out here. That's back when the Outer Banks, the barrier island, would have been further to the east. And this would have been more of like a freshwater swamp. So some people call it the petrified forest. It's not actually petrified, but they are really old tree stumps that you're seeing, which is always pretty cool. Okay, so collectively we kind of call this whole section of the beach the 4x4 area because you need four-wheel drive to get up here. But it's actually comprised of a few different communities. The three main ones are Swan Beach, North Swan Beach, and the last one being Carova. Carova gets its name because it's right on the Virginia line. So you get the first four letters, C-A-R-O, for Carolina, and the last two for VA, for Virginia. That's how you get the name Carova. So right now we are in Swan Beach. There'll be another big gap. We'll get to North Swan Beach, and North Swan Beach just blends right into Carova, and then you've got the Virginia line. Another fun stop when you're coming up to the beach, when you get to North Swan Beach, you might see from the beach, you might see the tower and the boathouse, and then you've got the Coast Guard station that is set back a little bit, started in 1917 and restored in 1990. It's now a sales office for Twitty & Company. But got a lot of good history here, so it's always a throwback to what this area would have looked like before all these other houses were here. There is even a public park up here in Carova, the last of the communities. It's got a boat ramp, it's got some little picnic stations, bathroom break up here, and a little playground, so nice little spot. And of course, if you're lucky, you could always see a horse or two if you come up in the 4x4 area. They even have a fire station up here, volunteer, and they also do EMS. Okay, so this one's definitely not for the beginners trying to find, but right up here, tucked back in the woods on the North Carolina and Virginia line, there is this old monument. And it actually marks the first survey marker when they were surveying the boundary between North Carolina and Virginia, which was done back in 1728. And you can see on here, if you look closely, you might want to come around, Gabriella. You can see NC there. You can see latitude here. And then on the other side, you can't quite see it, but it says VA on that side as well.